Welcome to TTC Boxing in association with KO Clothing and IFL TV. Here with me, I'm joined by Graham Shaw, aka the Iceman. Thanks for joining us, Graham. Let's just start off by touching on that subject. So I've obviously just been shattered by this news that your Twitter moniker is not controlled by yourself.
It's not me.
All this time I've been blissfully unaware. So what's the story behind that?
Well, I've probably one, maybe two people to blame. Trent Broadhurst would be number one; he'd be top of the list, and Rob Medley would have his grubby hands in there somewhere as well. Me, I don't know I know what Twitter is, but that's about as far as it goes.
All this generous praise I was receiving was obviously from elsewhere. Here, I thought I'd made it. Tell us what's going on with yourself. You're training down in Southern Shire now at the moment. You've got a few fighters, I understand, on the books.
Well, I live in the Southern Shire, and I helped Jack Brubaker in his last fight. He's injured his hand after that, so he's out for a little while. But I'm helping Ryan Waters as well at the moment. He's having one fight back. Ryan is fighting for the Australian middleweight title on November the 21st against Dwight Ritchie. So I've been training Ryan for that fight. So that's been keeping me busy, and also Paul Gallen as well. He's got a fight in New Zealand next week. Hopefully another one in December.
Excellent, and he seems to be jumping straight in with the boxing as well, and carrying that on. First of all, going onto Ryan though, Dwight Ritchie, so that's a very tough fight to take after I have to say a long time out and one fight.
Yeah, that's right. You've got to give Ryan credit for that. He's a young gun, Dwight. He's a good fighter. I've had him at the Grange to spar Daniel Gill. So he's a good fighter, but Ryan, this is the fight he wants. And he's training hard for it, and it'll be interesting. He's a massive underdog, Ryan. But you've got to take your hat off to him for taking that fight.
Definitely, and like I say, you trained with Gill, and many experienced fighters and successful fighters, accomplished fighters. What when you train with these young guys, what is it that you look for to say, he's got that extra something that will help him make it to that next level?
Yeah, I think the main thing is the commitment to work. Dedication really, and discipline is the thing. There's lots of people got talent, but they haven't got those other things, and talent to get you so far. And the great fighters have got all of those things.
Yeah.
So they come along, one in 1,000. So, but I do look for that. They've got to enjoy the training. They've got to be enthusiastic about it. They're keen. They want to learn, listen, and to train someone. If you ask them to do something, they've got to try it. If they're not trying it, what's the point of having a trainer? So and with Ryan. Ryan's 37, nearly 38. He's doing that. He's like a young kid again. He's enthusiastic. He's training hard. So I'm actually enjoying it.
Yeah, it's always good to see us. We were just speaking with Nathan Epps earlier, who just had his first fight here tonight. And he's actually living in the gym at the moment, living in a tent in the gym. So always good to see people with that level of commitment. So training Paul and Gallen as well at the moment for his upcoming fight on the Super 8 Tech Mahindra card in Auckland. How's training for that fight been going?
It's been going really well. He's had good sparring. He's been sparring Nathan Mackay. And going really well. He's had good sparring. He's had a mixture of sparring, but he's real keen, Paul. He's another one. He's really enthusiastic. He loves the boxing. He respects boxing. He wants to learn. So he's another one. Easy to train.
And does he see this as a career for when his NRL career finishes? Is that something that's on his radar?
So. I think he realises, what his limitations as a boxer, but he just really enjoys it and he's sort of making the best of what it is at the moment.
His first fights are always entertaining, always definitely entertaining, and someone's almost guaranteed to get knocked out, which obviously brings the punters in, which is what we want. So we mentioned Trent Broadhurst earlier on. His fight with Kerry Foley, which I think everyone was looking forward to, has just been called off in the last few days. So you're obviously very close with Trent and seen him in the gym a lot of time. Had him in with Gill. First of all, what are your thoughts on that? Say that fight being cancelled and how Trent will be.
I don't know the politics of it. Apparently, it's the third time that it sort of hasn't happened, and not down to Trent. But that's boxing. I don't know what's behind it. It's a shame it's not on because it's a great fight. I believe it would be a really good fight for Trent to showcase his skills. But Kerry Foley's a tough guy too. So you just it would make for an interesting fight.
Absolutely.
It's a shame it's not happening.
And they share a common opponent, but their only loss against Robert Berridge.
Yeah, that's right.
There's a great sell behind the fight. And everyone that I spoke to was saying,
it's a great card anyway. Angelo's been a fantastic card. But that fight off it's a bit of a killer.
Yeah, definitely. But that card is shaping up to be pretty exciting. Some really well matched fights on there. And what are your thoughts on Trent? So we saw him recently on the Channel 9 card prior to the TV show, but on the online stream. Looks fantastic out there. What are your thoughts on, say, him as a boxer and his potential now? He's going for these regional belts, which is obviously the road.
Yeah, that's the road he's got to take, Trent. He's got enough talent to win a world title, Trent. I've no doubt about that. I've been saying it for years, you know, from the very first time I saw it. You know, but now, I think the Trent Broadus now is a lot more dedicated and disciplined, and he's sort of hungry. So, but he's got all the skill in the world, Trent. You know, I'm a huge fan of Trent Broadus.
Excellent. We'll obviously keep a very close eye on Trent. We're hopefully catching up with him, say over the phone in the next week or so we can ask him all these questions ourselves. But yeah, obviously very, very disappointing. Yeah. Look, I know you're all very busy. I know you're in demand. I'll let you get off, Graham. Thanks for your time, and say look forward to catching up with you soon.
Thank you, Tom. Always a pleasure.
No worries. Cheers, mate. Thanks.